Maybe not the most preferred setup, but this is what I got right now. Nothing's working, so I hope this works. First, let me say hi, hello. If you're joining me on my channel, hi. Since the last time I uploaded, I gained a couple of followers and subscribers. Since the last time I uploaded, I gained a couple of subscribers. And I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. When I first made these, I never expected anyone to watch them. So I really appreciate it. And it makes me happy to know that a lot of you guys really like my reviews. I'll just get into this. I read this book, My Best Friends Exorcism. If you've been hanging out at bookstores, you might have seen this hang over there on the shelves. That's how I found this book. I spend too much time at bookstores. The cover looks pretty cool. And I'm a big fan of horror, thriller, all of that stuff. So I was intrigued when I saw this. And so I picked it up. I read like the summary at the back. It's basically the book kind of is written similar to like 80s, 90s horror films. Like, you know, the teenagers go to a cabin and get attacked by a guy. Or summer camp and people get attacked. Or two best friends are hanging out and they go do something stupid and somebody gets possessed. So the book kind of takes that whole vibe. And it's clear from the get-go, even with the summary at the back, that that is what the author is doing. So it's not something that you read and you're kind of like, hey, like, what the heck? This is not what I signed up for. It's clear from the start, which is what I really liked. And that's kind of the reason why I picked the book, because I was interested in reading a book that was written that way as opposed to watching a film. And I wanted to know what the experience would be like to read a book like that instead of watching the film, even though I just repeated what I just said. The book revolves around two main characters, a girl named Gretchen and a girl named Abby. And so Gretchen and Abby become friends very early on, when they're like in elementary school, I think. Time goes on and they enter high school and they're still best friends and they've made other friends. And like Gretchen comes from a very upscale, fancy, luxurious household, I guess you can say. And Abby does not. She comes from a very normal, humble background. And so it's very clear to them, to both of them, the difference in the way they've grown up. Yet they're still friends. And so as they continue to do school, they like get into a really nice like school for smart kids. And you know, they're hanging out doing teenager stuff. One day they decide to do I don't know if I can say the word. They decide to do substances that they should not be doing. And so after that happens to them, one of the friends start to exhibit strange behavior. You can kind of see where this starts to show concepts of these horror movies. And it continues to progress into that, and it goes on from there. If you've watched some classic horror movies, you would kind of get the gist of the way the plot would go. And that is how this book goes. The difference between reading this book versus watching a movie. I really like the way that the book was written. The author is apparently a screenwriter, so it kind of makes a lot of sense. The visuals were really good in this book. The way he described what was happening. Maybe my background with watching a lot of horror movies ties to it and adds to it. I'm not sure. But I really enjoyed the way he described everything, because it was quite literally almost like watching a film, but you're reading it. He did a really good job of developing the personality of the characters. Even the characters that weren't directly involved in what was going on, he developed the character's personality even early on in the book. So you kind of have an idea of what this character may or may not do, or what might make this character angry or happy or sad. And I really like that because it kind of bothers me when a character is made just for that one part and then disappears for the rest of the book. So he developed the characters pretty well, even the characters that weren't necessarily all that important to the plot. He still developed them enough where if you were supposed to dislike them, you really did dislike them. Or if you're supposed to like them, you really did like them. He did a good job of kind of showing the flaws of the main character as well. So there is no, I guess, like angelic main character in this book, which makes the characters more realistic and real to me. I really like that too. I don't really have anything negative to say about the book at all. It did follow the 80s horror movie format, but it wasn't exactly the same. So you can't like really point out a movie and be like, hey, his book is exactly like this movie, because it's not. So you're not really wasting your time by reading this book. If you wanted something simple, easy, fun to read, I think this book is great for that. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I picked it up. I really like the cover because it looks cool. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about this one. I hope you liked my review, and if you did, let me know. If you've read the book, let me know what you thought about it. If you haven't and you may want to or may not want to, let me know why. I'd really like to know what you guys think. That'd be cool, because I got some comments and I was just kind of like, wow, people are talking to me. So yeah, maybe it seemed kind of lame. Anyway, bye.